you know, it's up and down. But so Oscar's sitting there, and in this podcast, he also mentioned Dana White and Dana's entry into boxing, and how Dana now has a financial backer. But he also kind of took the opportunity to put Dana down and say, you can't do boxing because he doesn't have any boxers. He's got no boxers under contract. What are you going to do? And also, he poo-pooed a little bit about the salary structure they presented and things like that, which to me does seem low for boxing. But what if TKO purchased Top Rank at cents on the dollar because of this debacle? It would be. I don't know if your volume went off again, Todd. I think you're on silence again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you go.
It's,
That's another great Miguel point right there. That could become another Mystic Miguel nugget in the future.
yeah, it could, maybe. TKO's got the money. What can Top Rank possibly be worth, especially after this? Even if you priced it high, Todd DeBoof. I get who Todd DeBoof is a stepson or a son-in-law, or I don't know exactly what the relation is. He married to Bob's daughter, or what the deal is there? What the situation is. But when Bob goes, somebody's going to get all that money, right? So, what if they came in with a credible offer for $1 billion, which is interesting because that's just, it's like three or four times as much as they're paying out to the fighters in their own sport in this lawsuit, right? So, but they could buy an entire library that includes Muhammad Ali, that includes uh, the Four Kings, Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns. You're talking about a significant piece of history that more than trumps. Even the UFC now has got 30 years of history. You're talking about a bigger library and a stronger library with bigger names. The Muhammad Ali being probably the crown jewel of that, but there are also some unbelievable, like I said, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler. These types of names. Those fights in the '70s and '80s all happened on Bob Aaron's watch. So what are they worth now? Sure, you can make history shows and show fights like that and things like that, but it still gives you a significant power